My cancer diagnosis and treatment was the worst thing that ever happened to me my whole life, period. It was also the best thing that ever happened to me. Once I had confidence in my doctor that I just almost an act of faith, I handed my treatment methodology to that doctor, and then I figured, okay, what's my job? My job is to be the ideal patient. I'm not a cancer expert. I'm not a surgeon. I don't know anything about drugs. I don't even want to know. But I found one who is. So, okay, that's your problem, Dr. So-and-so. I gave all that worry, that thought, that analytical concern to him. And I said, okay, well, what do I do? My job is to have the best possible attitude. And having this shock, this kick in the behind of nearly dying, and pulling back out of it again was just what I needed to push me to choose the life I wanted. So I'm happier. I like my life. And that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had cancer and gone through all this treatment and experienced that whole experience. A year later, I feel great. And I don't take any credit up for that. I had superb care, superb treatment, excellent doctors. Other than I supplied the attitude. That was my contribution. You get this overwhelming feeling of gratitude that you got an extension. You feel this warm glow in your heart every time you think about it. And you can be religious about it or not religious about it, but you can't help but feel a warm glow of, thank God I'm alive. It's great. One of the beautiful things, and there was many of them, is you start to see the little things in life that you never thought were important before. By that I mean a good cup of coffee, standing on a hill and feeling the breeze come over the mountain. Sunshine in the morning. All these little things I started to become aware of because I realized it was a gift and that it wasn't going to last forever. And so I became hyper aware, and it was a beautiful gift to have this happen. I became hyper aware of how good life is.
I think when you get you are diagnosed with cancer, it's scary. In my particular case, I have a sister who passed away with breast cancer. And it's a fear factor, but I think the more information that we get, or you get, that I got, the less the fear was there. Hey, that's a diagnosis that I had. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is improve on the situation as it occurs, and the only way you can do that is to be optimistic. The longer this takes, the longer you wait, the longer you sit there and mull over all these decisions with yourself and your family, the longer this takes, the more apprehension you have. So, make your decision, get the information, make your decision, and then go. I had my radiation first thing in the morning. I was at work by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and had absolutely no problems at all. Once I started the treatment, it was a cakewalk. I mean, it was just really no problems, no anxieties. We were going to lick this with the help of the radiologist and all the technicians. We're going to lick it, and we did. The recovery process, the actual process itself, the radiation in my particular case, or whether it's surgery, is minimal. The recovery of all this in the 5 and the 10-year prognosis is great. My last PSA test, just got a PSA result, I went from 10 to 1.4. So, we've licked it. That's my attitude. We did it. I think I grew to appreciate life just maybe 1 step more. I mean, you sit there and you think about it, I'm indestructible, I'm this big, strong He-Man, nothing's gonna, and then you get this diagnosis and you go, wow. And then all of a sudden you say, hey, life is great and I'm gonna enjoy every moment I possibly can and enjoy it every day. Every day is another beautiful day.
Well, when I found out that I had cancer, I took some time to ask questions to people, as my family got involved. Everybody contacted people that had the problem before. I talked to them. I had to decide which procedure to do, because the doctor didn't at the beginning say that's what you need. He said those are the alternatives. Take a look at it and think about it, and then talking to other people and seeing which steps I had to take to make my decision. I have to do something. What are the alternatives? You got the doctor that directs you one way. You got friends that tell you what happened to them and the experience, and then you start looking through the internet. You see the possibilities of alternatives that you have. You don't know what's going to happen. If somebody tells you that is going to happen, expect that, don't worry about this issue. It's not just the word from the doctor. It's the word from other people that went through that experience. And maybe talk to some people that had different ways, different procedures that went through, because I have only the experience of the surgery. The purpose of talking to people that happened before, that was probably the most helpful thing. I had a friend here that lives in the area that did it 6 or 7 years ago. I called my sister. My sister found somebody in Barcelona, a friend of them, that happened a year ago. He called me. He told me the exact procedure, everything that happened to him. He also had an operation. That means that all the unknowns were sort of an answer. In order to get prepared, and I had 2 months, I exercised every single day until the day I had the operation to make sure that I ate correctly, and I exercise every day to say, the day I go to the operation table, I want to be physically fit. It's always not pleasant to have something to happen like this, because it's always a shock to the system, on my case. But overall, if everything it's working the way it's working now, it has been a very decent experience for me. Now, it's a constant treatment. I'm keep checking that the PSA is 0, and recuperate everything that I have to recuperate. But it has been a lot better than I thought overall.